The Morrow County Historical Society was formed in 1970 and has 3 historic properties in the county seat of Mount Gilead: a relocated log house at the county fairgrounds, the oldest house in town built by George Cross circa 1829, and the Morrow County History Center located in the former National Bank building constructed in 1862. It faces the county's most recognized structure, the Victory Shaft. The 30-foot-high granite obelisk was awarded to Morrow County in 1919 for selling the most victory bonds and war savings stamps per capita of any county in Ohio. Taking a look around the Morrow County History Center, we have the general store. The counter came from a general store in the northeastern part of the county, a crossroad village named West Point. The lobby display changes periodically. Currently, it is featuring the Morrow County oil boom of the 1960s and other events of the 60s, including Vietnam. Warren G. Harding was born in northern Morrow County in 1865 on a farm near Corsica, which is now called Blooming Grove. He was elected president in 1921, the first to be elected while serving as a U.S. Senator. This was also the first election in which women could vote and the first in which returns were broadcast by radio. The Historical Society maintains a flag and a wreath near the historic marker of Harding's birthplace site. The original marker was replaced due to damage and is now part of our display. A very popular display is our 1766 French cast Le Caesar cannon barrel, which was presented to Captain Edwin T. Pollock, a Mount Gilead native, while he was serving as a military governor of the U.S. Virgin Islands in 1917. He shipped it to his hometown and it was displayed on a concrete base on the village square until 1996, when it was turned over to the Historical Society, whose president, Jim Miller, and Mark Melroy began working on construction of an authentic field carriage. All of the components were made in Ohio, and the restored cannon was rededicated September 1st, 2004, and has a permanent home in the History Center. Several areas of Morrow County had deposits of clay suitable for making field drainage tile. Tile mills were located south of Denmark near Edison, Johnsville, and Sparta. The Mount Gilead Clay and Tile Works was established in the 1880s and produced both tile and clay flower pots. In the 1920s, the company, now known as Florence Pottery, began bringing in a finer grade of clay from the Zanesville area to make their floral line of vases and figurative containers for florists. In 1938, George Rumrow contracted with Florence Pottery to produce his art pottery, which was made in several shapes and glazes until it was destroyed by fire on October 16, 1941. The HPM room focuses on the more than 100 years of the hydraulic press manufacturing company, which was the county's largest employer with as many as 850 workers on 3 shifts. The company was formed in 1877 to produce cider presses. The motto was, "It all started with an apple." They also made presses for wine production. The company expanded in the early 1900s to make other presses for agricultural use, such as lard presses. By the 1920s, radial pumps and valves were being made, as well as steeping presses, armament lines, and presses for the aircraft industry. By the end of World War II, the focus shifted to presses for the plastic industry. The company underwent many changes in the 1950s and 60s, and was bought by a series of corporations in the 1980s and 90s. Then, a Chinese company in 2011 purchased the intellectual property after the company had declared bankruptcy. Demolition of the historic plant began in December 2020. The next room features a history of health in Morrow County. It features items from the practices of several county doctors as well as a timeline for the Morrow County Hospital. A well-known physician was Dr. Nathan Tucker, who established an asthmatic clinic and produced a medication called Tucker's Asthma Specific, which he sold across the country. Morrow County's involvement in all of the country's wars has been intense, beginning with the Civil War, in which more men fought for the Union per capita of any county in the northern states. Items are displayed representing each era from the Civil War through the Gulf and Afghanistan periods. The schoolroom is a work in progress to represent the many one-room schools throughout the county. We hope that you have enjoyed the virtual tour. Come and check us out.